Okay, for this video, we're going to talk about finding zeros of functions, and then we're going to be graphing the general sketch for them. Okay? So to find zeros of functions, we have to use the zero property. And the zero property states that any real number multiplied by 0 will always equal 0. Okay? So what we want to do, we're going to apply this to this function by going x plus 2 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0, and x minus 5 equals 0. So this right here is telling us when we multiply one term that equals 0, this whole thing will be 0. And that's what we want. That's what zeros of a function is. It's setting the function to 0, and what can x be to get 0? Okay, so each term has to be set equal to 0. Then we just solve. So our zeros are -2, 2, and 3. Now we have to graph it. So first off, let's graph our zeros. -2, 2, and 5. So we just graphed our 3 points of our zeros. And let's go ahead and go back to our notes. And we want today, let's go to these notes. Right here. This will help us with our graph. So we have our zeros. Let's determine what our end behavior is. And to find that, we're going to have to go back to our 5.1 notes, back to this part right here, the end behavior of a polynomial. So let's determine if it's an even or an odd. We have 3 x's. What that means is it's going to be cubic. Okay, x, and we got 3 x's. As you can see, we got 3 solutions as well, so it all kind of goes together. So this tells us that it is an odd function. Now what we need to do is to decide if the a value is positive or negative. Well, if you can see right here, all 3 of these are positive, so this is also going to be positive. So we go over here, when a is positive of an odd function, that tells us that as the function goes to a negative infinity, it starts down, and when the function goes to infinite, it ends up. Okay. So a general graph, we could plug in these variable, pick 2 points. In between, first point we would pick is a number between -2 and 2. So I'm just going to pick when x equals 0. Then we plug in 0 in here. And what we get is 2 times -2 times -5, which gives us 20. So that lets us know that we're way up here at 20. And then if we pick a number like, let's say 3, when x equals 3, 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. When we multiply that, we get negative 10. So then we have one kind of down here. So we know that it starts going down. So we're going to be way down here. And when we look at our notes, we have 2 humps, 2 turning points. So we know it's probably going to turn somewhere up here, go down here, turn probably about here, and then it's going to end going up. And so that would be our general graph. And that's it. That's how you find zeros of a function and graph it.